Hi, you're with Flo again. Now, people have asked how to get started, and I know that there are a lot of people who have got new machines and they're wanting to learn how to use Design Space. So I thought I would just do a little quick intro on how you can find things in Design Space. Now, what I've got here is I've just simply opened Design Space and this is how it's come up for me. I'm probably in the beta version, and you can tell that by going to your avatar, which is your little picture up here. It may be letters, it may be something else, but if you go to your avatar and go down and go settings, it will come up with your settings. And yes, as it says, I'm in beta. Now you can be in live, and you probably will be in the live version. I work in beta because I let them know any issues. So if sometimes I've got things on my screen, you will find that it's just the fact that I'm in beta and they haven't been actually put into the live version yet. You can select your country and your language. Just remember, if you change your language, you've got to know your language to go back to it. So you can check whether you're up to date, and you can also check what's new in the latest updates. So there's lots of things in here about your machines, a new product setup, updating firmware, your machine calibrations in here, and machine care. Also your custom material settings and linking cartridge to your account and how to do that. This is the canvas, and whether you want a full grid showing on your canvas, a partial or no grid. The units, whether you want imperial or metric. I tend to work in imperial because I'm used to that. I can also work in metric. And your operation type is yes or no, and that's whether you want your operations to come up. Now, the load type, I've set my defaults for my Maker 3. Now, that means that when I open it up, it will come up with Maker 3 in this area up here. I've set it for a 12 by 12 mat, and my print then cut page is set to A4. Now, that's the one that I use predominantly, so that's what I've set it for. Now, notifications are whether you follow other people from Cricut or all the activity that goes on there. And in your system, it's what your system is, and sometimes if you phone in, they'll want to know that. And this is the physical memory in use for my system at the moment, and the virtual memory. Now, those are things that would be of interest to people who are more worried about their computers. Now, I'm just going to select done on that and go back. Now, I was thinking of something. Someone asked how to get information on videos. Now, there's three little lines up here that most people don't look at. And if you go to view, it says reload, force reload, and toggle full screen. Now, if you toggle full screen, it'll come down a little probably. And if you go back, it'll go back. I tend to have mine on full screen because I need to have it there. If you come down to the help menu, it says contact member care. It also says videos. Now, if you go into videos, it will open up your browser. Now, most people will have missed this because they just don't think to look in three little lines. Now, it says let's make, and it gives you a few things here. It's in YouTube, it starts at home, and you can go through all these. This is the Explore 3, Cricut for Beginners, and if you play all of these, it goes through and it takes you through a lot of the different little things that are in Design Space. They're done by Cricut, so there's no fluffing around in them like I do, and you might not be interested in the Cricut venture because we don't have it in New Zealand. But there are, like the Cricut Joy Extra, hopefully will be coming in 24. There's the Cricut Joy if you want to look at it. And there's stories from their members. Now, this is Cricut Learn, and you can go in and you do all these things. And these are just shorts of looking at what they are. And here you can come in and subscribe to international channels if you wish to. Now, those are all really, really good videos. Those are the home ones, these are videos. So you've got lots and lots of things there and what to do. So if we come back down here now and we come back into here, you'll see we were in help, and you can got help and member care. You've got about, and that's, I'm using beta and I'm an 8.12.83, and it just says starting design space. I hope it's not starting design space there. It probably is, so we'll just let it go there for a minute. No, I'll just take that out because I don't want another one open at the moment. However, if I did want another one open, I would just select File and go New Window, or I could click out and go Quit Design Space. But if I wanted a new window, this will give me a whole nother window in which to play with, that I can play with at the same time. Now, at the moment we're in the canvas, and unless you've got something on your canvas, you won't have the top ones highlighted. So what people normally do is they come in and they say things aren't happening, there's nothing I can get into. The reason being that you don't have anything on your canvas. So that's the first little click. If you go through all these little things, you will find there's lots of information there. This one says more, and it's your position. So if your screen's not wide enough to hold it, it'll concentrate down into more, and it'll put things in there. Now the ones down the left hand side are fairly self-explanatory, although you might have a few problems with that. And it's the ones over here down the bottom that people will have the most trouble with. And I will go through each of those very soon in another video. Now, if we go into the home screen, and that's where we started off, it says Get Inspired, and it's got a lot of things that you can just simply pick. Beginner projects, New Year's 24, Cricut community, and there's a humongous number of things in there for you to get started with. Now, if you've started to save things, they'll be under My Stuff, and then it says Get Started. So what's Get Started? So if we have a look, it says Get Started with your Maker 3. Now, because I've chosen my Maker 3, it's chosen Maker 3 to get me started. Excuse me. And this is a step-by-step guide. Now, whatever you've got selected, it will choose that to help you get started. Now, these are on-demand courses, and it's an introduction to crafting, card making, print then cut. Now, these are downloadable resources, and they're really good for you to have and download. And for additional help, view the Help Centre. Now, I'm not going to go to the Help Centre just yet. I'm going to go to Cricut Learn. Now, Cricut Learn again opens up a tab in your browser, and it says Learn from the Pros. What do you want to learn? Now, these all give you a time as to how much. This is a learning resource. Now, they're 10 minutes, 7 minutes. Most people have got a short length of time that they can do. Then it says Get to Know Your Cricut Workshop Cricut 101, Get to Know Cricut. Now, this is just under 2 hours, and you can book in for that and get the whole workshop, and these are all free, remember. Now, if you go view all down the bottom, you will find all of the different workshops in here, and you can get to know Cricut, introduction, crafting terms and supplies. That's a great one if you're not really used to crafting. And I can remember somebody saying, I said to them, do you have an awl? And she said, awl what? And I said, an awl. And I just automatically thought that she would know what an awl was. And in the end I said, a pokey tool. And she went, oh yes, I've got one of those. But she had no idea that its name originally was an awl, and they used to use them in a number of different things, not the least of which was leather work. So this is Cricut Learn. It's a beginner's guide. There's workshops, there's machines, there's design, there's materials, and there's projects. So if you want to do all these things, I think we were in the beginner's guide. If we go to workshops, there's workshops you can do there, and you can book into those and work alongside people. Here's the different machines and all the different machines and what they're all about, so you can go in and see a quick introduction on those. Then you go into design, and yes, it's going to come up. Now here's a design space tour, and share and save, use design space across devices. Now I have mine on 2 laptops, a computer, an iPad, and 2 phones. So if depending on what I pick up is what I could use at the time. Now, create reusable stencils, layer panel and combine menu. Now this is the one that a lot of people want to know about. So go in there and have a look at it. Make sure that you have seen this. Then come back and ask questions if you want to. How to align and place designs. So all of these are really, really helpful, and they're all in the under design in the Cricut Learn. Now, if we go to materials, again, people often ask about different materials, and in here, how to use the Cricut foil transfer kit, how to use transfer tape, introduction to the Cricut machine tools for the makers, and the makers. This looks like it's etching, wood burning stencils, things like this. That all the information is in here, and it's all free. And you just need to have a look at what's in there and go through it, because there is an amazing amount of material in here. Now, if we go to projects, it'll give us some projects, quick and easy labels, beyond the basics of 3D flowers, pop-up cards, watercolor cards, cardstock monograms. Now, all of these things are there for you to try out and customize and do your own thing with. And a customized jacket, 6 minutes is all it's going to take you to watch it. So, spend some time, go through these things, and you'll find that there's a huge amount of information in here. You can sign in. I haven't done that. And then if I just click design space here, it'll take me to where I could download design space if I needed to. I don't need to do that. I just need to put that down because I'm in design space, and that's under getting started. Now, if I go Cricut Learn, again, I think we were in Cricut Learn at some stage. Again, it's going to open this up, and Cricut Learn comes up to these things again. Now, if you're going to be doing heat pressing with iron-on materials or iron-on vinyl, or some people call it HTV, which is heat transfer vinyl, this is what you need to look at, and select whichever one you've got of these. You might have an easy press too, or you might have the easy press. That may be a 3, I'm not sure. You might have the easy press mini. If you've got the easy press and it's a greeny colour or a bluey colour, then you select the heat transfer material. So you come down here and you say, now what am I using? I'm using everyday iron-on. So select everyday iron-on and then select the base material. And I'm going to put my base material in as a polycotton. It doesn't tell me what it is, so I think it's probably a polycotton. And then it says Cricut pressing mat, and I've got that selected. And I'm just going to select apply. Now, you can put it in Fahrenheit, or you can swap it to centigrade. I tend to do centigrade because that's what we work in. And it's telling me that I need 150 degrees for 15 seconds. But it says preheat 5 seconds. Now, preheat 5 seconds at 150, and then we're going to, it says preheat, that's a little bit confusing. You preheat it for 5 seconds and you preheat the material, and then when you put it down and you press it for 150 degrees for 15 seconds with firm pressure, and you slowly remove when it's cool to touch. So don't think that you should be ripping it off. I know that some people do that, but it's not a great thing, and if you end up ripping it off and ruining your garment, you're going to start cursing. Now it tells you the supplies you need: the easy press mat. No, first of all you need the easy press, the pressing mat, the iron-on design, and the cotton poly blend pre-washed without fabric softener. Now fabric softener does actually affect the fibres in the fabric. It also affects the glue, and the glue doesn't stick as well. And it can also, if you wash them post putting them on, it can actually make the glue come off. Then the preparation is to preheat at 150 degrees. Place the cotton poly blend on a clean Cricut pressing mat. Now that's important because if there's any marks on your pressing mat, it may come off, and preheat it for 5 seconds. You can carry on looking at the application, and then it gives you the care of what you need to do. Now, if you want to read extra tutorials and step by step, click on learn more, and again it'll come up, and wow, you've got all sorts of things in there: glow in the dark, holographic, all the different things that you want to learn about. You can come in here and learn. So Cricut do give you a huge amount of stuff that you can learn in. That was in the heat guide. And then as well as that, it's got the new navigation toolbar. No, new navigation tour. Now it says a quick tour of the new navigation. So let's go through this. And it says the new product setup. Calibrate the machine settings now can be found under the avatar menu. That's what I was told before. Now you can go through all of these and see what they are. Just click the button on here. There's step 2 and there's step 3, and it'll take you through step by step as to what each of these things are. And that's just what I've tried to do with you now. So it's just a little excerpt on how to do all these and where to find them, and where to find some of the things that are helpful for you. I'm not sure whether it's got an extra step there or not, but I'll take that out now. And hopefully you can go into your home screen and have a look at all these and look at the way they've set it all up for you. And you can go back to your canvas screen by here. And I just picked a new canvas or a new project, and I've got something on the mat, so it's warning me here, do I want to do that? And I can just go save or replace. If I go replace, it'll just open me up with a new canvas. Now, where it said in the settings where you could have a partial grid, if you use this little square between the two zeros and you click on that, it'll give you the 1-inch grid, the complete grid, or no grid at all. So that you can quickly take away the grid if you want to take a photo with a white background. So that's one of the things you can do. And that's just a little helpful intro, hopefully, to Design Space. And I hope that's been helpful to some people. Thank you for watching.